from West Hollywood. It's the talk show everybody's talking about. Born to KIBITZ! With your host, he's the man who would be king, the man with one red shoe, the man who shot Liberty Valance. Please welcome Corky Bernstein.
Well, hello, and welcome to Born to KIBITZ. I'm your host, Corky Bernstein. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of our cable TV family. We love you so much. And happy 2016 to all of you out there. Wishing you a happy, healthy new year. And thank you again for all your letters of support, your tweets, your faxes, your emails, your Instagrams. Here's a letter from a fan who writes, Dear Corky, now that 2015 is over and we're starting a new year, what about your predictions for 2016 like you always do? Love and Knishes, Eddie Fishbeck. Well, thank you, Eddie. It's funny because I predicted somebody would probably write me about that, and I'm prepared. So let's go out on a limb without a safety net, and here are my predictions for 2016. I predict that Caitlyn Jenner will augment her boobs, but she'll still keep her peeper. I predict that Mexico won't pay for Trump's wall, but will paint it for free. I predict that Bill Cosby will finally undergo plastic surgery to look like Mom's Mabley. I predict that Pope Francis will accidentally eat the cinnamon bun that looks like Mother Teresa. I predict that Coco the gorilla will finally write her memoirs entitled Shit Happens. I predict that a major quake in LA will demolish Richard Gere's gerbil ranch. That Deepak Chopra will be arrested for inner child abuse. And finally, that famous public access TV talk show host Corky Bernstein will blow the chauffeur on Yom Kippur 2017. And we'll be back with more of Born to KIBITZ. So stick around. And welcome back. I'm your host, Corky Bernstein, and if you're just turning in, I'm the host of Born to KIBITZ. And if you're not tuning in, you are missing out, ladies and gentlemen, because my first guest for 2016 is someone I've wanted for years. And he's the guy who's like, how do I know you? Aren't you so-and-so? He fills in the blank on, well, who are you anyway? And he's with us here today, ladies and gentlemen. The unknown celebrity, the king of the extras, the background baron, and simply known as the face, Nosmo King. Welcome to Born to KIBITZ.
Thanks so much. Thank
Wow.
you, Corky.
Now, what's your name again?
Nosmo King.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Everybody says that. Nosmo King.
Yeah. People always recognize my face, but they don't know, they can't place it. They don't know
Right.
from where or anything.
Like when people see you on the street, they say, you're what's his name? And
Yeah,
you
well-
say, yeah.
They say, are you him?
Are you him?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've been him for quite a while.
How did you start out?
I was
You were
6 years
a child
old.
star, weren't you?
Yes. It leads me to how I got the name Nosmo King, in fact.
Was it your birth name?
No, I don't know what my birth name was. I was
Who
born.
named you Nosmo King?
Well, I was born in Europe,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if I was abandoned by my parents or lost or put up for adoption, or I really don't know. But I grew up
Right.
in the care of a European woman, and until the age of 6.5, I was simply called Boychik.
It was a Jewish household.
I guess.
But that's all
I
you
didn't
remember.
Everyone even the neighbors. Hi, Boychik! So that was my name.
Right.
And then, when I was 6.5, this woman who had taken care of me since birth.
Don't tell me.
No,
she
got
put you in a basket.
No, she got a favor from a friend who got her a place on a tramp steamer, which was sailing to the United States.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And she took me.
Oh, you're an immigrant.
Now, when they got to Ellis Island,
Right.
they said they wanted the names. People
they
were
changed
pronouncing
it,
names like
Ellis.
crazy. So she was in line with me,
All they knew was
and they were saying American names in English. In English, please. She didn't know any English.
Right.
When she got up to the desk,
Right.
she wrote her name And then he asked her to write my name. So she wanted to give me an American name.
Right.
So she was looking all over for just an American word. The only sign she saw said no smoking. So she wrote
Nosmo.
Nosmo. She was going to write no
Oh,
smoking.
that's wonderful.
She was going to write no smoking.
Nosmo King.
There wasn't room in the box, so she wrote Nosmo and then put King
Oh,
underneath.
is your last name?
From that day on,
That's a fist bump.
from
That's
that
a
day
Corky
on, I was Nosmo King.
Nosmo King. So now you've written a book.
I have.
Which thrilled me because I read the book.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ah.
And tell our viewing audience what the title is, because I think it's a
The
hoot.
book is called "Don't Blink, You'll Miss Me,"
That's so perfect.
and I mean it's
like, who is
it's
that
the
guy?
forever quandary of every background actor.
Yeah.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Don't blink or you'll
So,
miss me.
Yeah, so
Isn't that funny? Yeah, because now get into the nuts and bolts of it when you're working with. Did you ever want to be a movie star, and did you say, it's not going to
No.
happen? I'll be an extra.
No,
or
no,
did you
no.
just like?
No,
Did you know your place in
There's a
Hollywood?
great deal of art to what I do.
Right.
A lot of people think you just sit in a restaurant.
Right.
You just walk down the street. Someone's in a department store. You're in the background just looking for. It's way more than that.
Okay.
You have to learn to talk silently.
Right.
Like in I could be in a booth.
Like you're in a restaurant eating where the
In a-
couple is talking.
in a restaurant. Here.
Do you remember a certain movie?
Give you hundreds.
Hundreds of them. So there's no title.
Give me an example.
All right. That's a good one.
So,
That almost stole the show. I got to tell you,
but I mean,
that's a good
can't
one.
make a sound.
No.
But you
So
have
you're
to give
miming
the
it.
illusion
Good.
of being in rapt conversation.
What other situations are you? A couple dancing on the floor? Are you?
Done a lot of dancing.
Are you?
Weddings and
Uh-huh.
affairs and balls and things like that.
All right.
But that's easy.
Well, what are the
you're
tough?
given the
what are the
business.
tough situations like eating or?
The tough situations would be bus, plane, and train passengers.
Uh-huh.
You can't just get on a plane or a bus or a train and just sit there.
Well,
You have to be engaged.
You've got to be engaged.
Got to be engaged with
Because-
a newspaper, with pictures, with the screen in front of you, or a cell phone, or an iPad, or you need business. You need business.
Well, now, what about a star? What about a line that you've been given with a star, or you bump into a star bumps into
That-
you, or
that's-
something? Or give us an example.
That's
of it.
happened to me very often.
With some big names.
Oh
Cary Grant, for example. You
no,
worked with.
I've worked with Cary. I never had any lines with him though.
Okay.
But, I'll give you an example.
All right.
I worked with the Rat Pack in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a film called Ocean's 11.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. I love that.
And I actually had a line
Good.
in that movie. It was quite an exciting moment. Dean Martin walks past me
Uh-huh.
and sort of brushes my shoulder.
Right.
I say, "Hey!" Just like that. "Hey!" That was quite a moment.
Was it done in one take?
No.
You didn't
No,
have
we
to
did.
do another take, did you?
Well, four takes.
Oh, no.
If I recall.
Was it because of the hay, or was
No,
it
they
this
wanted
part?
it different ways.
Oh.
Hey. You see the...
Oh, the subtle.
Hey!
Oh, the shading.
You see how many different...
Yeah.
Hey!
Uh-huh. Oh, but you don't get that tough with these guys.
No, of course
No.
not. But
no.
I'm showing you the range
I
of
see.
one word.
Okay.
So
Was that an easy being with the Rat Pack, or was it?
it was,
they're
it
notorious.
was a delight.
Yeah.
It was a delight
Did
working
they
with
set you
them.
up with women afterwards, or
No.
no?
No. Well, look, we had 806 extras.
Uh-huh.
So we had to fill an entire hotel, you know. I'll tell you when it's rough. It's rough when you're on location.
Right.
And we break for a meal,
Uh-huh.
for example.
Okay.
And the cast and the crew
Uh-huh.
are all online eating ribs and skirt steak and
good food.
and scallop potatoes. and-
Oh, high class cuisine.
yeah, we get Cheez-Its, Triscuits sometimes.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't eat the good food.
Sometimes we'll get a can of Smart and Final guacamole.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, that's demeaning.
I did one movie. We got 2 cans of Smart and Final guacamole and no can opener.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There
painful.
were 108 of us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Anyone open the can? Come on, I'm starving.
Oh, that hurts.
It hurts.
Meanwhile, they're dining on escargot and prime rib salad. Don't they?
When they're done,
Right.
and they leave,
You get the extras.
they call us over and.
Did you like my pun?
I
You get the
I
extras.
got it.
No, it's triggers.
You're fast.
you get the extras.
You got that comedy head. You
No,
do.
it just
you
came
do.
to me.
That's why you're a host.
It came to me.
That's why you're a host. No doubt.
Well, now, what about a friendship with a big time celebrity? Now, in
Well,
your book,
I know my place,
Well, but
and
they,
I don't like to overstep my bounds.
Right.
But, I was in the men's room once, and Clint Eastwood was standing in the urinal next to me,
right.
and I couldn't contain myself. I said, I can't tell you what an honor and a privilege it is to work with you, Mr. Eastwood.
Uh-huh.
And he turned around and looked at me and peed all over me.
Oh
And it wouldn't even have bothered me because it was Clint Eastwood, but I was wearing khakis.
no. Oh,
So that killed the day for me.
I was going to say.
Cost me $40.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway,
If they'd believed you, you could have sold them on eBay.
yeah, but
It would have dried out by then.
he's a lovely man, Mr.
Yeah.
Eastwood. He's
You felt
terrific.
What about run-ins with some nasty,
Well,
where you
Lassie bit me in the ass.
okay.
Yeah, I tried to. There were only 4 hamburgers left, and I saw they were giving one to Lassie, and I hadn't eaten yet. So, as her trainer was
Sure.
just standing there talking, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
I grabbed the burger
Oh, Lassie
out
got
of his hand,
Yeah.
took a bite, and next thing you know, wonk, took a chunk out of my buttocks.
I read in your book that you gave advice once to acting tips to Al Pacino.
Oh, I did.
That's
Well, see, I've only done this twice, and I will never do it again.
I would say.
It was a bad
what
mistake.
happened?
Well, I also gave an acting tip to Marlon Brando.
Oh
once.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
And I was trying to be kind,
Right.
I was in the background, and my job was to be looking for a cab.
Yeah.
It was something like this. So it was searching,
Hailing a cab.
and he had dialogue in front of me. And
Uh-huh.
At one point, I said, "Mr. Brando, with all due respect, you're mumbling.
Oh God.
You're mumbling.
I'm surprised you're alive.
This is written by a fine writer. So try to get the lines out if you could."
And that was it with that.
Well, he said,
course.
"Excuse me, can I have a cup of coffee?" So they handed him a cup of coffee, and he spilled it on my shoulder. Hot coffee.
Well, I can't
So
say
I-
as I blame him.
I learned that.
Yeah, you did.
And then, let's see, we were doing a reshoot of a movie with Pacino, and I run through the door with 6 other guys, and he's supposed to shoot us and deliver some lines.
Scarface?
No, Scarface was shot in Florida.
Okay.
This was here. We were doing reshoots for
Right.
something. And at one point I said, "Mr. Pacino, if you say the line and then shoot, you'll hear the line, but you're saying the line while you're shooting,
And
it's-
nobody can hear
It's
you.
inaudible."
Oh my God, I'm surprised you're alive.
Yeah, he got really ticked off.
I would think.
Just trying to help.
Well, yeah, but that
Trying
was
to
so
be
much.
helpful, and
Well, you learned your lesson.
yeah.
Extras have to stay in their place.
But sometimes,
You know,
I was doing an episode of Star Trek, and I couldn't help but notice William Shatner had one nose hair that was coming out so far from his nose. It was driving me crazy.
But that's not your job, is it? Isn't that the...
But my dedication is to the whole of the piece. It's to the art.
Right.
And I know he's getting close-ups. He's the star of the damn show. He's captain of the Enterprise, for God's sake.
Well, I'm surprised you lasted on that. What did
I
you
said,
say?
Mr. Shatner.
Right.
And then I didn't want anyone else to hear. Mr. Shatner, you have an extended nose hair. And it's really hanging out there.
And it's driving me crazy,
He
yeah.
said, pull it.
He said, pull it.
I said, okay. So I grabbed it and I pulled it. And he cried for about 7 minutes.
Did you ever become...
You know, I opened a school in, this is
it's a tough business.
It's a tough business. And a lot of people don't give it its just due.
Right. Well,
I mean, now, for example, when I started, we were called... Well, I don't want to tell you what we were called when I started. Eventually, we became extras.
bit players?
Yeah, bit players and...
Was it worse than that before?
Dipwads, they used to call it. Get the dipwads over here.
Well, that's demeaning.
Of course it was. And then eventually we became extras. And a lot of people took exception to being called an extra.
Yeah, now
so
you're...
after that, we were called for about a decade or so, we were called Atmosphere.
Right.
Simply Atmosphere. And now, finally... we get our just due. We're called background actors. Actors, because that's what we do.
Sure.
We're acting.
That's right.
And that's why I opened the school in
What's the name
95, SOBA.
SOBA.
School of Background Acting.
Uh-huh.
SOBA. And we teach all the techniques.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people think, what does it take to be an extra?
What does it take?
All you have to do is walk down the street.
Right.
No! No! You look at the camera, shot's ruined.
Sure.
Turn your face away from the camera, shot's ruined.
Ah.
Distract from the lead actor who's got dialogue.
Right.
Scene's ruined. Here
Have
it
you-
is. This is our
Curriculum?
Curriculum, yeah. We teach street walking,
Right.
silent conversation, which
You
I
showed
showed
me
you a
that.
bit of, crowd murmuring.
How does that work?
Well, that's where they want a crowd noise, but you don't want to be able to distinguish any words because it'll conflict with the dialogue.
With the dialogue.
So you have to learn to go,
Hey, what it is? Well, say.
hey, it's what?
That's a good one.
It's crowd
That's crowd
murmuring.
murmuring.
Plane, train, bus passengers, we talked about. Crowd
Oh,
scenes.
that's the bus pass. Yeah, okay.
Crowd scenes.
You don't want to
Background-
look at the camera.
Can't never look at
No.
the camera. But you also have to know what the heart and soul of the crowd is.
Right.
Have we just witnessed an accident?
Oh.
Are we just waiting for the walk sign to cross the street?
Right.
Are we window shopping?
Right.
Are we? So there are so many variations.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Elevator scenes.
How does that work?
You can't distract from the star.
No.
And yet you're ever present
Yeah,
right there.
you can hear him talk.
Exactly.
You don't want to laugh.
Exactly.
Or do you?
No, well, no, you don't want to overhear.
No. You don't want to
You can even be with someone else and going,
Have you ever been in an intimate setting with a big time star where the background acting that you did was over the top and it actually stole the scene?
well, yes, but it wasn't my fault.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't my fault.
What happened?
I was in a crowd scene witnessing an automobile accident,
Right.
and we were supposed to register shock at the moment of the accident.
Right.
Well, I threw up.
No.
Yeah, they threw these bloody dummies out of the car, and
Oh, it made you sick.
oh my God, I couldn't control it.
Oh, it made you sick.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people. We're all supposed to be going, oh no,
I can see how they'd want it.
That was it. And it was
That made
terrible.
everybody sick.
Yeah, the director goes, you, yeah, you with the projectile, yeah, out. So,
Can you recall your best favorite films?
favorite film? I was at the Newhall Ranch, shot a Western starring Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
Tuesday was in a Western starring, Jimmy Stewart.
Right.
Wednesday, I was in a Western starring Kirk Douglas.
Wow.
Thursday, I was in a Western at Newhall Ranch starring Burt Reynolds.
Wow.
And Friday, I was in a Western at Newhall Ranch starring James Coburn.
Wow.
1 week, I did 5 pictures. I never changed clothes. I wore the same outfit.
And aren't you Steven Spielberg's #1 extra of choice?
Well, he does consider me his lucky charm.
Right.
I was the only extra flown to Massachusetts to be in Jaws.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
And you may remember me on the beach. I went,
Ah! Ah!
that was me.
Sad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Good
much
to
for
meet you,
joining
Corky.
us.
Oh, please, my pleasure.
Nosmo King, ladies and gentlemen, and stick with us next week when we have another fabulous guest that will bring joy into your hearts. Until then, remember, your mind is like a parachute. It works best when? Nosmo?
Oh. When you're out of the plane.
When you're out of the plane. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week. We hope.